take it step by step here. So Addison's kind of following my lead. I didn't give her much warning for this, so give her some slack if she messes up. So first step, walk to A. This walk, I was told by a lot of horse trainers growing up, you're not going to win a horse show with a walk, but you could lose a horse show with a walk. So this walk is really important. Make sure that your horse has some cadence in that walk, walking up to that cone. Don't have your guard down walking up there. But walking up to that cone, then you will stop and you'll back 3 steps. So you need to count. 1, 2, 3. All right? Next will be jog, A to B. Now Addison's going to be looking for something down at the end of her arena that she's going to stay in line with, because she has to come through the center of this pen multiple times, so she needs to be hitting that same spot every time. So what are you looking at there, Addison? So she's looking at the edge of the garage door there. So she's going to be looking for the edge of that garage door every time she comes through this middle, all right? Notice also where she stopped there, she gave herself plenty of room for her 360, all right? So that is the next maneuver, would be stop and perform a 360-degree turn to the right. Very good. I always tell my riders, when you have a stop to a 360, think forward into that turnaround. Don't let your horse start to back up into that turnaround. Make them step forward. She had a very nice, correct turn there. All right, so she gave herself plenty of room off of that cone. Now, the next step would be to jog a circle to the right around cone C. This cone has a lot of patterns, this pattern has a lot of cones, so hopefully you don't get too lost. Very good, let's talk another circle here. So looking at the circle that Addison chose, notice he's got a little bit of a straight line through the middle there, and that is going to help keep that horse guiding around that circle. A circle I like to think of as just a bunch of little straight lines. Okay, so when you're guiding, you're thinking little straight lines, little straight lines, little straight lines. She's feeling him around all parts of that circle. Very good. As she approaches the center, she's going to lope on the left lead. Very good. And now she's making her circle even on this side. So this row of lights to my right above me, the top of her circle is around in the middle of those lights, and then the bottom of her circle ends up being a little bit further down. Sorry, this row of lights to my left, the next one down, she's hitting the middle of those lights. Very good. So she's using those rows of lights to make sure that she stays even on that circle. Now she's going to continue straight to E, finding that garage door that she was looking at. Good, and she had a very good stop. So that stop, you don't want to let your horses slow down to that stop. You don't have to be riding a reining horse to make your horse stop good. You need to make sure that the stride prior to your stop was no slower than the stride previous to that. So riding all the way to that stop, which she did very well. All right. So after that, her pattern is complete, and then she would exit that walk. She has a very good line. Her eyes are up. Her eyes are looking above the dirt. Okay. You can just go on this pattern now, so I'm just going to talk about your position as you pattern. So her legs are long, her legs aren't too far back. She's got good weight through her feet. Her horse is a little bouncy, so she has to have a lot of weight through her feet to absorb some of that shock. She's using some feel in this turnaround. She warned me that her horse isn't super broke to the turns yet, which is fine, but it's correct. She's trying to think forward and guide, getting her horse to step around. As she comes around this circle, her eyes are looking around but not too far. We always tell our riders, leave eyeballs on your shoulders. All right, if you think about your eyeballs being on your shoulders as you're going around, that's going to bring your upper body around and keep you square as you go through there and help you not to look around too far. Same here with this low. Very good. Looking for that spot. Her elbows are on her side, but she's not clenching, right? She's pretty soft. You don't want to be clenching your elbows tight. I think the biggest thing that helped me when I showed horsemanship, and I think this helps our riders, think about just closing your armpit. If you just close your armpit, you're not going to be thinking about sucking that elbow in too tight, making your body too tight. All right, but Addison, you can just stand up in your stirrups. This will help get weight down through your feet. If you're standing in your stirrups and you fall forward, that means your leg's too far back. If you're falling back into your saddle and it's hard to stand up, that means your leg is too far forward. So if you find that balance point underneath of you and your leg is where it needs to be underneath of you, it shouldn't be hard to do this. It shouldn't be hard to stand up. All right, Addison, you can sit. Sometimes we'll have them drop their stirrups and we'll have them post. Or we'll do something we call double posting, where you stand at 2 feet, sit 2. This will just help your balance. And then we throw stuff in there while we're making them do this, like, all right, now let's do a counter bend on your horse. So you're focusing on what your body's doing, you're focusing on your position, but now we're working on our feel. Good, now she's bending her horse to the outside. Now let's bend our horse to the inside while we're doing that. Good, so she's having to maintain that rhythm, maintain that feel. Good, you can sit, Addison, you can find your stirrups. I won't torture you. You have queen duties to be doing today. Very good, let's stop. Good, so the stop is so important. We work on timing of those stops all the time. In my head, if I'm showing a horse, I'm thinking, I'm counting down in my head, trying to find that rhythm. 3, 2, 1, whoa. And I would encourage you guys to think about that as you approach your stop. Don't let them slow down to that. Do we have any questions on this pattern?